sukadam kevalam jnanamurtim dvandvatitam gagana sadrusham tattvamasyadilaksham ekam nityam vimalamachalam sarvadi sakshi bhutam bhavatitam trigunarahitam satgurum tam namami. Nityanandam, and welcome to this very special beginning to Living Sadashivoham process. Today, before Swamiji comes to the stage, we are blessed to hear from some of the current participants of this inner awakening, which is now on day 2 of Sadashivoham. But even so early into the program, so many Shaktis are being manifested. When Swamiji had declared that the inner awakenings this year will all produce powerful results in manifesting powers, I don't think any of us could have anticipated just how huge of a breakthrough it's been, and so quickly. Within the few days of the program, literally 100% of the participants were successful in moving the coconuts just through the power of will. For those of you who haven't seen the coconut moving, by entangling with Swamiji and realizing that space of oneness through Shaktipada, when we connect with all and feel that oneness, we're able to really do wonders, including even moving matter. Not only are the coconuts being moved with 100% success, but also powers are expressing in the length dimension the ability to answer any question without prior knowledge of the answer or how to attain that answer mathematically or scientifically, as well as the powers of body scanning, being able to diagnose any medical condition just by looking at someone, and of course, remote viewing. It's in the high 90%, the ability of literally every participant here to manifest these Shaktis, and we can only imagine how much more is going to come as we move into Sadashivoham. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Balaji to share some of his experiences.
Nityanandam, everyone. My name is Balaji. I'm from San Francisco, California, and I'm in the technology industry, working as a technology investor and startup company founder. So the experiences I've had here so far have been really, really, really cool and totally unexpected for me. I'll share a couple of them related to a couple of the powers that Swamiji has initiated us into. The first was remote viewing. I don't know if people have been following kind of the CIA, FBI document dump released recently in the United States, but certain files were declassified and available for free on the internet at cia.gov and fbi.gov. And if you read some of the cia.gov documents, one of the sections is on how the CIA trained all sorts of people or explored during the 1960s and 70s during the height of the Cold War, experiments in remote viewing. And they recorded all sorts of successful trials and things like that. So I thought that was interesting. That was kind of in the back of my head when Swamiji initiated us into the power. So one of the participants here was my partner, a doctor from California, and he asked me to view and describe his house, or where he lives, and also his car. So I just kind of went into restful awareness, invoked Swamiji in my Anandagandha, and I didn't try to view anything. I just kind of listened to what came into my inner space, what I saw. And I was able to see lots of things, and I started writing them down. And, 2-bedroom apartment, there's a balcony, there's a water body nearby, there's some trees outside. One of the rooms doesn't have much in it. The other room is fully furnished. There's bar stools at a kitchen counter. And I just kept seeing stuff. And I wasn't second-guessing myself because I was just kind of in the mode of just having fun. And so I asked the doctor from California, was this kind of your apartment? He said, yeah, it is. It sounds like you described it pretty accurately. So I was kind of shocked, actually, because it was just coming to me and I was just seeing it. So, but then I even had a doubt. I was like, well, maybe all apartments are the same. Am I really seeing? And so I decided to drop that doubt. And, the doctor from California asked me another question, which is, describe my current car. So of course, there's thousands of combinations and permutations for a car. So I was like, all right, dropped all doubt and just said, let me just see what I see in my inner space. And immediately I saw a non-Japanese car, a white car, a four-door car, and a sedan kind of form factor. And sure enough, he said that it was a Hyundai Elantra or something like that, white four-door sedan. So that was really, really cool. So then I gained a lot more confidence. And another power we were initiated into was body scanning. So there was a participant here, and I was kind of scanning them. And again, just invoking Swamiji, my Ananda Ganda, and I started to write down all sorts of things like, oh, you're having some trouble breathing, one of your nostrils is clogged, there's some pain in the knees, some pain in the back. And then, this is something really cool I wanted to share. There was something that flashed as well that was kind of embarrassing. I mean, for me to view and for me to tell this other person. I really didn't want to. I almost wanted to censor myself. But then I thought, you know what, Swamiji's showing it to me, so let me just write it down. And then I shared the other stuff with him, and he said, yeah, that's right. And then I came to the last thing, which is, again, an embarrassing health condition that I didn't want to talk about. He probably didn't want to hear. He probably was embarrassed that I knew about it. I was embarrassed that I knew about it. I just didn't even want to go there. But I was like, all right. And some of you may kind of guess what it is, but so I just shared it, and he was like, no, that's weird. No, nothing like that. And I was like, Swamiji showed it to me, oh well. So then we kind of broke for tea or coffee or whatever, and then on my way back from coffee, my partner, that participant, approached me and he said, hey, I want to complete with you. You're right, that was the condition. I just didn't want to admit it, but yeah, it's been there. So I was like, whoa, that's the first time you get really joyous by being right about a medical condition that you view in someone else. But the context here is different, right? It's more about realizing that this power exists inside all of us. We can access it through Swamiji's initiation. So the last few sharings I want to share is about the depth initiation that we had, which is the ability to move physical matter, in this case, the coconut. So I just started playing with it, and immediately the coconut started moving from my hand, from other people's hand. So the next level I want to work on now is moving it on the floor. That's when you know that the connection is really, really pure. And finally, Swamiji also initiated us into the length dimension. And we were at the temple with the Balasants, the Gurukul kids, and they were entangling us. And the depth dimension, the coconuts, came really easy to me, I think for a lot of us. But for length and breadth, where you have to cognize creative kind of art or facts and numbers and mathematics, that comes a little harder for most people, and Swamiji said it's because of all the conditioning we have around education and hating test taking, whereas playing with coconuts is just fun. So again, I reminded myself that it's not important to get the right answer, it's just more important to have fun and just kind of enjoy Swamiji talking with me, enjoy being at the temple, enjoy being with the Balasants. And so one of the Balasants asked me all sorts of factual questions. The national bird of Malaysia is this, the national fruit of India is this, the distance from Africa to India is this, so on and so forth, in rapid fire. And I didn't get nervous. I was just like, well, let's see what Swamiji says. And about 11 in a row, I got right. And here's the interesting thing, because I'm not doing it right, it's just Swamiji doing it, which is cool. But the interesting thing was, on the 12th and 13th time, I got really nervous and excited. I was like, I need to get the right answer. I'm on a roll. And nothing came. Nothing came. 12th and 13th one, I wasn't able to see anything. And that's when I got the click that the space we have to be in is just having fun and enjoy connecting with Swamiji and not worrying about the outcome, not worrying about right or wrong. And that's when, you know, all the powers really start to express. So that was the kind of big click for me, and why I'm excited to continue manifesting more powers, because it just means you get in this space with Swamiji again and again, and it's like a rapid, accelerated completion process happening, getting all the toxins out of you when you're sitting and manifesting. Thank you.
Thank you. And how fascinating, actually, about the CIA. I've also read about some of their experiments with remote viewing and other mental capacities. They would usually refer to it as mind control. And what I found fascinating, actually, when Swamiji told us that we'd all be able to remote view and to scan bodies, is that instead of doing it through mind control, we do it, as Balaji mentioned, by being in that playful space, in that space of oneness. And what I've read about the CIA, and also I think the USSR did some similar experimentation, the way that they would do it, they would first purposely scout out people whom they considered to be psychically adept. They would interview people, find people among their armies, people who were ready to volunteer, who already had some natural inclination towards psychic ability. And then they would start extensively training them for years and years and years, and even then it was hit or miss. Whereas in this group, I don't think anybody sitting in this inner awakening hall was a professional psychic or would have considered themselves particularly gifted, maybe one or two, but certainly not everybody. So the fact that this kind of a Shakti is manifesting so quickly, without any kind of pre-screening, without 4 years of training, without a team of experts, just with that feeling connection and that one with Swamiji, that itself is really remarkable. And so thank you for mentioning that, Balaji. And now I'd like to invite Shrija to share her experiences.
Nityanandam, everyone. My name is Shrija. I am from UK. Since Swamiji has initiated us with different manifesting powers, my highlight is the rolling the coconut. I experienced oneness in its totality and the powerfulness of it. The way the process makes you experience every aspect of yourself and your feeling connection with others is magnificent. I did observe in the process of working with different people, I did notice that there is sometimes the resistance. You know, it reminds you of the person in front of you, reminds you, of your maths teacher who was hard on you when you were little. And the process takes longer time. But the moment you realize that there is a resistance and you surrender to the love for your oneness, it eases off so beautifully. And you feel the deep connection within the people around you and Swamiji. That makes the power, that makes it that powerfulness to even control the coconut. You know, you feel that you can actually make it stand up and stop rolling it. It is magnificent. I experienced it in totality, and it makes you feel the process of oneness as an easy and sweet way to achieve your enlightenment. It is amazing. It is wonderful for me to experience that. And also in the first few days of my time in here, one of the Balasangs have done a body scan for me, and she so sweetly told me, "Ma, you have a spine problem," which she could see it, and that was it basically. Until today, I have not experienced my back problem, and it makes me delightful to spend every moment in oneness. It is a delight to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. And so beautifully said about surrendering to the love of oneness. And that's really what it all is. I think it's also great to mention that since having someone scan the body and see the spinal issues, the spine pain hasn't been there. So maybe that's some relief to those who have embarrassing diagnostics revealed or unwanted. Obviously, any disease is unwanted. The fact that having it scanned with the third eye, it's not only to diagnose, it's also a very powerful, fine-tuned healing energy that gets projected through the third eye. So having your body scanned by as many people as possible is only going to be beneficial. So thank you. And now we'd like to invite Nirish to share his experience.
Nityanandam, everybody. My name's Nirish. I'm from Sydney, Australia. So I got glimpses of every power, which was, I'm pretty sure most of the people here did, and it's quite wonderful. So for length, I got things like the population of animals or net worth, things like that, correct? For breadth, the distance, the map, so draw the directions, things like that. But my favorite has been the depth initiation, so moving coconuts, and that's really, really, really cool. That's you wouldn't imagine you could do that, but it happened so easily. It happened within like 2 minutes after the balasans entangled us, so it was pretty cool. So what I realized with the depth initiation is that you don't need to just do it on a coconut or put Nyananjan on it. You can do it on anything, like a bottle as well. You can put a bottle on your hand and you can move it off, which I thought was quite amazing. And it shows you how the depth of this depth initiation, which is pretty wonderful. So at first, when we started manifesting, I became very frustrated because I had too many expectations on what to do. And I'm pretty sure everyone did, which was, it was really frustrating. It felt like a burden that, oh, we have to manifest again, oh, no, another session, because I'm not going to get anything. And then when you see other people getting it, and they seeing videos and images and things like that, it makes you even more frustrated. So I was just looking around, and I saw everyone's concentrating on the Krista Shila, like looking into a blog, just really focused. And I was looking at the balasans, and they really relaxed. They just calm. They're just looking around, and they look at the Krista Shila, and then so I wondered, maybe I should just follow the balasans and not the rest of the IA people who aren't getting anything. So I followed the balasans, and what do you know? Straight away, the answers started coming. And it wasn't me, it was Swamiji. So that click happened that it's not me, it's Swamiji that's doing it, and then the burden got lifted. I felt like it was fun again, it was enjoyable, like it was a toy. And I feel like once that happens, you enjoy the oneness more than the actual power, which is really, really awesome. The oneness is like amazing. It's you feel like Swamiji's in every single inch of your body, like in every single cell, and that's quite amazing. And yeah, so I think what Swamiji is trying to do is like show us a path of oneness doesn't feel like a burden. It feels fun, and you want to do it, because usually you'd want to meditate, and people will be like, oh, I don't want to do it. But this one is fun. You want to do it. You want to like wake up in the morning and move a coconut. So it's just pretty cool. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, before we move on, maybe if you can share with everyone what your plans are after this inner awakening.
So I'll be joining Gurukul. That's going to be awesome. So I'll be in Gurukul for 4 years. That's pretty cool.
Cool. I think after mentioning about the balasans, it's important to acknowledge the fact that you're planning to become one. And I really love that you've mentioned that the space of oneness is even more enjoyable than the power itself. Swamiji always says that the manifesting Shaktis come as a side effect of this experience of Advaita, of oneness that we embody. And it's so cool to hear how this is happening so beautifully and so quickly for everyone in this inner awakening. And next, I would like to invite Farah to share.
Nityanandam, everybody. My name is Farah. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm a patient consultant. This experience of manifesting Shaktis has been absolutely the most extraordinary experience of my life. I feel so incredibly aware, alive. The possibilities are endless and infinite. The deepest experience of feeling oneness with Swamiji, my beloved father, is so strengthening to my own core that I feel like anything is possible. I can achieve any goal. I can reach any goal that I want to achieve. Is there. Is just a little glimpse away, and I can just pluck it out, and it's perfect. The Shaktis are extraordinary, being able to see far, far away, see close inside a human body, to be able to scan the human body and know what someone is experiencing and what they're feeling, and feeling so connected to each and every single participant that I've come in contact with. And I'm just so incredibly grateful and with such deep gratitude. I extend this opportunity to you. I also actually feel very much in tune with the mosquitoes, and they are very much loving me, and I love them also. So thank you so much. This experience is extraordinary. I encourage every single person to step before themselves and let Swamiji take you and immerse you into your own ability, your own power, your own love for yourself, for your community, for the people around you, for planet Earth, beyond, beyond, beyond. The expansion is extraordinary, extraordinary. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry, the Shaktis I've been able to manifest, I've been able to roll coconuts like nothing. It's been so sweet and lovely. I've been able to scan the human body and really, really dive in and connect dots for patients, for people, for my fellow friends, my sisters, my brothers. It's very healing. It's so therapeutic. The voices, their tears, their laughter, it just amplifies the oneness. And Swamiji is God. This is godly. It's extraordinary, extraordinary. Yeah, thank you, Ma. I definitely believe that I can take this back with me to Chicago. Being a patient consultant, it really gives me the opportunity to help my patients complete with their own incompletions and help them feel better, see better, heal better, have beautiful connections with their families and their friends and with themselves. So yes, I absolutely believe that I can take this back home with me and enrich, 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 and expand, expand, expand. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. I always love to hear from those in the medical industry who attend Inner Awakening, because we've heard from so many doctors, so many nurses, so many people who are in the diagnostic field, that prior to Inner Awakening, when a patient comes in, they have to sit down and really analyze all the information presented. What are the symptoms being experienced? How long have the symptoms been there? Was something done to bring this on, or was it sudden? After Inner Awakening, what I hear from so many doctors, maybe we could make an entire sharing session just about this topic, is that the moment they look at someone, they immediately know intuitively what the issue is and can immediately start treating it. And truly, these Shaktis are lifesavers. So thank you, Farah, and I look forward to hearing your continued journey, how you take this back home.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And last but not least, I'd like to invite Sham.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sham. I'm here from Vancouver, Canada. A couple of things, just two things I'd like to share with you today. First of all, my introduction to Swamiji only really happened about 2 weeks before we started IA. My mom was telling me about him, and I watched a couple of satsangs. And there was something in the way he distilled and related information and knowledge that really was relatable. It was full, you could tell it was full of wisdom. It just felt like it connected to a lot of things. So it was very easy for me to say yes. That being said, that's what I expected from IA. I expected to come here, listen to Swamiji, do completion exercises. But then I was offered powers. And I didn't see it coming, but I mean, if someone offers you powers, you say yes, right? So I was willing. We started out doing length and breadth, and my biggest issue, my biggest difficulty was trying to stop my brain and my mind from guessing and imposing images when I was looking into the alchemy products. When I was asked questions about length, my brain immediately consistently was guessing numbers, and it was quite clear to me. And so trying to remove that was very difficult for a while, but I kept trying to be patient with it. We came to remote vision, and even then, when looking at people's houses, I would have these images that my brain just kept guessing. We came to viewing planets. There was one night where I did the moon, and there was something about just having been patient up till that point and having something like the moon, something far-fetched enough, something sort of not really within your imagination, that suddenly my mind wasn't really able to impose any images onto the alchemy products. And I remember suddenly sitting in a space of sort of blankness and just waiting and just thinking, all right, Swamiji, let's be my tour guide, if you will, show me what I need to see. And I started seeing images of caves, underground caves, things floating in these caves. I saw pictures of butterflies, and it was very clear to me that I had never seen these before. These were not coming from me, so they had to be coming from someone else. And interestingly enough, other people that scanned the moon, someone else told me that he saw that the beings who existed on the moon didn't exist in human bodies, they existed in sort of spirit bodies, and that they lived in underground caves that they built themselves. Someone else told me that she saw a butterfly that fit my description almost exactly. So it was fun to, for the first time, see that I was able to just let Swamiji sort of send me the images I needed to see. And I've been trying to recreate that space every single time since. The second thing I'd like to share is with probably our favorite thing, which has been moving the coconuts. For the longest time, this is a power, even before I ever heard of IA, this is a power that I wished I had. For some reason, when I was finally given this power and I seemed to be able to move these coconuts, my body and my mind shut down, completely. Just absolutely didn't believe it was happening. Went through every excuse in my head to justify why this was all fake. I didn't believe in anyone. I didn't believe in myself, my ability to do this. And I'm very grateful that someone here actually, in the first couple of days of IA, had shared with me that when they had first been initiated into this power in a previous IA, they had done a similar thing. And it had taken them some time to sort of get back to the space where they believed it. They believed Swamiji. They believed in themselves. So I appreciated them sharing that with me. And so I decided immediately, okay, I'm going to go talk to Maha Yoga. I did so the next day. And she basically scanned me and connected it to my completion with my feminine energy. And by extension, my completion with a lot of the female figures in my life. And so doing it out of her hand gave me this sort of confidence that she wasn't going to tilt her hand, she wasn't going to twitch her muscles to make it fall or anything like that. And after about 10 minutes, it did fall. That's sort of one completion I did. The other thing which I only began to realize yesterday is basically this. For about 4 years of my life, I was a professional close-up magician, okay? And what that means is I got paid upwards of $100 an hour to go to parties and events and do the stuff that you've seen David Blaine do, do stuff with cards, illusions. So my livelihood was literally making illusion and sleight of hand seem like real power. And so thinking about it, sort of reflecting on that made me realize that immediately, even though I've always wanted these powers, immediately my brain and my mind went back to this place where, no, everything is set up, everything is an elaborate scam. So Maha Yoga definitely helped me come to terms with what that was, and I still have doubts. but they're nowhere nearly as strong as that first shutdown, that first close off. My doubts still are just like, is it really me? I wonder. But I also feel a lot more able to be upfront and open about them. So every single time now that I move the coconuts, even if I do have doubts that come up, I just sort of go, hey, Swamiji, I still sort of have these doubts a little bit, but I want to believe, I want to be able to manifest this power. So please have fun with me, please move the coconuts with me. And they have rolled every single time. So that's been great. And no, I will not be performing any magic tricks. Thank you.
Thank you, Sham. Actually, if you did take the Shaktis that you're manifesting out into the world and perform them in the street the same way you used to perform sleight of hand, it would be interesting to hear the debunkers try to prove how you were doing it, because they wouldn't be able to. So it's very cool to hear that perspective, and it reminds me of one of the participants of Sadashivoham 2016 in December. He was actually so consistent with his third eye reading that he was invited onto the stage to do a demonstration. And he said that literally every time he put on the blindfold and looked through the third eye at the paper, the word would come to him. But even after repeating this 50 times in a row, 60 times in a row, 70 times in a row, he still had that self-doubt that maybe these were just lucky guesses. Then when he was on the stage, he told me that he immediately felt so nervous, so scared, so shaken that what if this time it doesn't happen? And as he was thinking that, Ma Mahayoga announced in the microphone, "Don't feel afraid if you're on the stage doing the demo. It's just like when we're doing the manifesting power sessions in the hall. Just have fun with it in the space of oneness and don't worry about anything. I will be tying your eye band." Now, to everyone else, we would take that message as meaning don't worry about anything. Swamiji's presence is here. She's here for you. This guy told me that when he heard Mahayoga say that, he immediately thought, don't worry, she's tying the eye band and she'll leave a little gap so he'll be able to peek. When she actually tied the eye band, he said he got so shaken and nervous. He thought she did it wrong because it was completely blackout. He couldn't see anything, not even the light was coming through. And then she handed him the piece of paper. And immediately, within a few seconds, the moment he dropped the fear and decided whatever happens, happens, he saw the word clearly in golden letters in the inner space. So I think it's just proof of the times we're living in, that even when Swamiji gives us these great experiences, sometimes that doubt will be there. But Sham, I'm sure if you complete with that, that's going to go away and you'll be manifesting these Shaktis even more powerfully. And I look forward to hearing from everyone else at this inner awakening as we go through and increase this space of oneness and manifest these Shaktis more and more strongly every day. And so thank you all for sharing your beautiful experiences today. And without further ado, we'll get ready for the next session. So please, everyone, remain seated, because the next session we will see Swamiji. Thank you. Nityanandam.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Inner Awakening graduates, Sadashivoham process participants, and Inner Awakening and Sadashivoham participants in Bengaluru Adinam. and participants who are sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. So today I have an important message. This message is especially for the Sadashivoham participants who are sitting here, who have started your Sadashivoham process from yesterday. It is like an introduction to the whole Sadashivoham and giving further experience to all the participants who are sitting all over the world for Sadashivoham process. Before entering into the process, I need to distribute Guru Mandala to all the inner awakening grads and Sadashivoham 2016 grads and this inner awakening batch participants and this batch Sadashivoham. For all of you, we need to distribute the Guru Mandala. I just wanted to make sure that this aura reading energy meter, what it has to do, what it has to say about Guru Mandala. Janatma, can you share what aura reading energy meter has to say about Guru Mandala?
Yesterday, we had a very famous astrologer, gemologist, celebrity. He had come to the ashram to have Swamiji's darshan. He had heard about Swamiji in the Kumbh Mela at Ujjain. So he wanted to come to offer his respects to Swamiji. And with him, only with him, we actually procure the Mercury Meru, which is a part of the Guru Mandala, a completely pure herbal made solidified Mercury Meru we actually procure from this particular vendor. He's a well-known celebrity and he does a lot of TV shows, Vastu shows, astrology shows, and he had come to the Adinam yesterday to have Swamiji's darshan to take his blessings. So while he was here, he was very curious what we are doing with the Mercury Meru that we procured from him. So we shared with him the spiritual alchemy products. We shared with him the information about the Sadashivoham program. And then he said, I have something with me called as the aura meter. And I wanted to just use the aura meter in the Adinam with your permission. We said, yes, sure, why not? So he used the aura meter on some normal object that was on the table. And the aura meter showed a reading of around 100. He said this is typically the normal aura for objects or for human beings typically. And then he used the aura meter on two of the initiated brahmacharis in the Adinam. The aura meter showed a reading of 180 plus on the initiated brahmacharis of the Adinam. And this person was shocked because he has never seen a reading in his aura meter which is more than 180. He said, in my entire life and experience, I have been using this aura meter for many years on various different projects, products, gems, etc. and on people, but I have never seen an aura meter giving a reading of 180 plus. We were just thinking in our minds, get ready for more surprises. Then we showed him the Guru Mandala, which has the solidified Mercury Meru, which we procured from him, and all the other components of the Guru Mandala. So we showed him the Guru Mandala. we procure the solidified mercury meru from him, but then Swamiji does the energization process with the yantras, with the garba, with the meru, and he turns those products into the mandala, as Sadashiva has mentioned in the Agamas. So the products become mandalas after they are energized by Swamiji. So we have this energized Guru Mandala, and we took it to him and told him, why don't you use your aura meter on the Guru Mandala? And that person kept the aura meter on the Guru Mandala, and the aura meter shoot up a reading of 360, and it went wild. He was shocked. He says, first of all, I have never seen a reading of 180 plus in the aura meter, which itself shocked me. He can never believe there could actually be a product which can have an aura reading of 360 plus. And it actually, the machine went wild. It did not know how to measure beyond that, so it stopped. So he was completely shocked seeing just immediately keeping the arometer on near the Guru Mandala, it immediately shot up a reading of 360 plus, and it went wild. And seeing that person went crazy. He said, I can't understand, because I've been so many years in this field. So many different gems, precious stones, yantras. I've seen so many different things, but I have never seen something which has such a high aura rating and aura reading. So just wanted to share it with all of you.
All right. It is time. Listen. Listen intensely. Making ultimate as immediate and manifest it in all the dimensions of your life is Sadashivoham. Please listen. Not giving you a great classical, theological, philosophical, artistically fulfilling understanding. Listen carefully. It is not about giving a theological, theosophical, awesome, intellectual and emotional understanding about the ultimate. It is about giving the depth experience about ultimate. Depth experience of ultimate. Many of the philosophies, theories, religions, groups, meditation programs, yoga programs, many of them will be an amazing intellectual candy. You will just forget the whole world. Jokes, stories, concepts, but intellectual candy, that's all. See, when your logic expands, tries to grab everything, it discovers infinity. Listen carefully. Please listen intensely. First, if one becomes many, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 100, 200, 1,000, lakh, million, crore, billion, trillion, zillion. What after it? when you go on expanding your understanding about the universe through logic, zillion. Then when you expand, you stumble upon something called infinity. Only when your logic, intellect grasps infinity, you think infinity is one. That is why many of the dryland religions, please listen, many of the traditions and religions which worked only in the line of intellect stopped with this idea of infinity is God, but only one. They do agree their God is infinite, but they say only one. Listen. If you are trying to grasp life only through the logic, the length dimension, intellect dimension, you will stumble upon the concept of infinity, but you will not be able to grasp further. Yes, my ultimate is infinity. My God is infinity, but only one. Understand? It's a growth, but not complete. How can infinity be one? It is countless, but it is one. It shows very clearly, logically grown, psychologically retarded. Logically grown, psychologically retarded. Understand? Only if your heart, breath, expands wide enough to grasp the growth of the logic, length. Listen carefully. The breath is your heart. All the poetry, dance, music, everything comes from heart, the breath dimension. All the mathematics, equations, calculations, everything comes from the length head, logic. Systematic, pragmatic. Systematic is logic. Everything which works in certain system, which is connected to the logic dimension, intellect dimension, length dimension, if you use that dimension and try to grasp the world, for example, any person who functions based on logic will look at, oh wow, if one person is supporting me, I feel strengthened. Then if 2 persons supports me, I'll feel more strengthened. Then if 1 million people support me, I'll be strengthened. This is the logic with which he will approach the world and humanity. He will forget what should be the context in which the support and relationship should be happening, which will be deeply fulfilling for them and me. Understand? If you are only approaching it through length, you will be simple politician. I want your vote over. It's all about number. That is the way your logic will function. That is the way you will think of the utility of the time you are led to exist with humanity, which you call life. Understand? I know I am going to go above your head, but let me put it in record, whatever I wanted to speak. After that, you take time and listen to this satsang at least 5-6 times. LSPs are not delivered just to be listened once. It is delivered to be listened again and again and again and again and again. So let me explain whatever I wanted to explain. Your methodology of looking at the life matters, because only based on that you will plan your goals. Man who tries to grasp the humanity through length dimension will only try to be politician, because it is all about number game. If you don't like a politician, he doesn't have a problem. He will make sure you don't like anybody else also, and he is the best devil. If he presents that much, he is successful. Even if he cannot make you love him, he will make you feel, yes, among the devils, he is the best. Because it is all about number. It is not about the breadth of the relationship. It is all about the length of the relationship. Number. So his job is successful if he establishes others are more devilish than him. Others are more demonic than him. That's it. He does not need to spend much time in establishing he is good. He just needs to establish others are worst. Because it's all about number. It's not about how you feel about him. It's not about the quality, the breadth. It's about the quantity, logic, length. Understand? If you start looking at the life through heart, breath, you may not bother about number, but you will bother about the quality of every relationship with which you are entertaining yourself. What is the quality of the relationship that exists? Because quantity fills, quality fulfills. Quantity fills, quality fulfills. When you have that quality in the relationship, you know, even if the million people are there, you know, where is that blue saree? Where is that white dress? It is not the quantity. Quantity fills, quality fulfills. It's the, when you look at the life through breath, life is different. Millions may be sitting in front of you. You know where the quality is. You know which one is filling, which one is fulfilling. Understand your decision to look at the life either through logic or through the heart matters. Because that is going to make you fix your life goal. That is going to be the fuel for you. A person who looks at logic as the way to grasp life will naturally be fueled by the number. Person who looks at heart, the way to reach out the life, will be fueled by the heart, the quality, the fulfillment. When your breath, heart expands, you start looking more for the truth. With the logic, you try to only get clutches. You just somehow have to manage. Clutches are good enough. Legs are not required. Consolation is good enough. Solutions are not required. Smiles are enough. Love is not required. Sex is enough. Intimacy is not required. One of the worst way you can damage yourself is having sexual relationship and not having intimacy. Prostitution, pornography. Never use or get used. Never enter into a relationship where there is no intimacy, only sexual relationship. I tell you, you will become so life negative. That's the most dangerous, damaging act of your consciousness you will do. That is like fairness is considered beauty, English is considered as knowledge. Now in India all these are. Fairness is what is beauty, English is what is knowledge. Anything you blabber in English, that's all. You get caught in the road for traffic rules violation, signal or no entry or anything. You just start saying, sir, as I am suffering from the fever, the school leave letter, I sincerely request you to grant me the 2-day holiday and I will produce the medical certificate when I come back. Sir, why you are speeding up, sir? It's okay, you go. English is knowledge, fairness is beauty. Understand, when you try to grab life through logic, you do all these immature cognition actions. Immature cognition actions looked upon as heroism by the immature cognition people. Whenever you do immature cognition actions, you are stupid. And you are able to gather few people to clap for your immature cognition actions, you are a politician. Listen carefully. Immature cognition actions recorded in your system is incompletion. When the heart expands, you start looking for the quality in every quantity. You start looking for fulfilling component in every filling component. Understand? Fulfilling component in every filling component. Fulfillment in every relationship which is filling you. Then the whole life takes a different angle. I am not saying in the heart there will not be quantity. No. This or this, either or, is only in the level of logic. Neither nor or either or, this or that. All these are only in logic. In the breath, quality added does not exclude quantity. Looking at all your perceptions and decisions from the angle of quality, whether your whole day you lived as a quality of your purpose. Understand? Just like how salt adds taste to the food, purpose adds life to the day. Without purpose, if you are living, then as I said, fairness is beauty, English is knowledge, sex is relationship, intimacy is relationship. People who are intimate can exist few thousand miles far away. Relationship continues. Sometimes people sleep in the same bed for years. There is no relationship. They may be relating, but not relationship. Understand? When the breath grows, heart grows, you land, you stumble upon one of the most powerful discovery. Infinity is infinity. Infinity is infinity. Understand? Infinity is infinity. God is infinite and infinite numbers. God is not one, oneness. God is not just mass, massive. You may think, what is the use of this big philosophy for me in my day-to-day life? It has use. When you understand the need for the heart, every business deal you do, you will bring integrity to it. Every relationship you have, you will bring intimacy to it. Every day you are living, you will bring purpose to it. Life starts in different dimension, different level. Every hour you spend, you will bring activism into it. I tell you, this is one of the important things I wanted to reveal you. Please understand, protein does not build muscles, deep breathing builds muscles. Stupid protein without deep breathing can become fat in your system. With deep breathing, without any external protein support, the prana itself can develop as muscles. Actually, I wanted to start a Facebook page called Protein Myth. Especially stupid animal protein myth. Neither animal protein is required nor any other extra protein supplement is necessary. It is deep breathing that builds muscles. Listen to every line I am uttering, because all this I will put the whole thing, the whole zigzag puzzle, and connect it. Your cognitions matter because that is going to drive you to make multiple decisions in your life every step. Sex is not relationship. Fairness is not beauty. English is not knowledge. Look is not personality. And the number of days you are moving your body is not life. Intimacy is the salt of relationship. Purpose is salt of life. Activism is the salt of existence. If you are not active, alive, vibrant with your purpose, you just do not exist. You just do not exist. Still you are not buried does not make you alive. still nobody is signed your death certificate does not mean you are alive. Understand, only if your logic reaches its peak, only through logic, if you are grasping life, you will stumble upon infinity. If you use your heart also to grasp the life. If you use your heart also to grasp the life, you realize the next level truth, infinity is infinity. When you have that realization, suddenly tremendous restful awareness will land upon you. Let me put my energy on quality and completion of every relationship. And you will also realize there is no hurry to have million relationship without quality. Go on putting your attention on quality. With quality, you have enough number of lives to make it into million with quantity. With quality, you can reach quantity because you have vast life in front of you. You are a Hindu. You have a vast number of lives in front of you. The greatest treasure, time, available only for those who believe it is available. Understand only if you can believe diamond may be available under the ground, you will even recover that and live it. If you are not even allowed to believe it is existing below the ground, will you even put an effort, or will you dig? Will you ever discover? So only if you are allowed to believe multiple lives exist, you will even discover. I tell you, that is why the greatest possibility for human beings, greatest spiritual possibility for humanity is Hindu tradition. Your doctors, your psychological counselors, your psychoanalysts, whoever is handling your body and mind, whoever is educating you about your body and mind, make sure they believe in the possibility and the truth of multiple lives. Don't go to a psychiatric counseling, psychological counseling, psychoanalysis, or a doctor who does not believe in this vast treasury, the resource of time available to you. It is dangerous for you. Because if your life is looked through the prism of infinity, the thousands and thousands of so-called problems will be redundant and irrelevant to you. Many of the man-made, man-making diseases. I'm using two words, man-made. Means viruses created by men, man-made diseases, man-making diseases means unnecessary stress you are building in the name of making you as a man. All those things will become irrelevant when you know the vast resources available. Infinity one is dangerous infinity. Infinity only can bring peace to the world. Infinity one thought currents can never bring peace to the world. Infinity only can bring peace to the world. Next, listen. Infinity only one is the peak of logic, length. Infinity is the peak of the breadth, heart. Infinity immediately is the peak of the depth. Infinity immediately. Infinity. How can it be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after some time? Infinity has to be immediate. How can some space exist which is not covered by infinity? You always think, yes, infinity. What Swamiji said is right. But after I realize I am Sadashiva, when I am almost old, with a spectacle, in one small hut in a corner, I will be sitting and chanting, Om Rim Nityanandaya Namaha, Sadashiva. If your imagination is this, no one can make you realize infinity. Understand? Infinity is immediacy. Listen carefully. Infinity is not far away. Length realizes its peak with the infinity concept. Breadth realizes its peak with the infinity concept. Depth's peak. Completion of the depth, fulfillment of the depth is infinity immediately. Infinity immediately. Listen carefully. Infinity, but one, is what is all the intellect-based religio-theologies, philosophies propose. Infinity is Sadashiva. That is why the Vedic scripture Shastra Pramana describes Sagastra Sirsha Purushas Sagasrakshas Sagasrabat Sabhumim Visvado Vritva Atyadishtat Dashangulam. Thousands and thousands of hands and heads. Infinity. Sadashiva. Infinity, immediate Guru. To make the infinity immediate, Sadashiva becomes Guru. See, yes, sometimes you understand infinity. Such an emotional overflowing fulfillment. Then, Eppo varuvaro, எந்தன் குறை தீர்க்க. அட முன்னாடி உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்க, எப்போ வருவாரோ எப்படா வருவாரு? Infinity is Sadashiva. Infinity becoming immediate, making you understand. Hey, infinity cannot be tomorrow, cannot be sometime else, cannot be somewhere else. Whether you understand, you have realized or not, infinity is immediate. When you understand infinity exists but one, you get consolation. When you understand infinity is infinity, you become peaceful. When you understand infinity is immediate, you become blissful. Infinity, one, removes worry. Infinity removes stress. Infinity, immediate, removes distress. When you understand infinity, one, you say, Kadavule. When you understand infinity, Perimane. When you understand infinity is immediate, Periya Perimale. When you know infinity is becoming immediate, you know your Sadashiva, your Periya Perumal is here. To make infinity immediate, Sadashiva assumes the form of Guru. Understand infinity, one, is logical. Infinity is psychological. Infinity immediate is neurological. Your logic lies. Like your spouse. Your psychology hides. Not lies, just hides. Like your kids. They may not lie, but they will hide. But neurology can neither lie nor hide. That is reality. Understand? Logic is fact. Heart, breath is truth. Depth is reality. Infinity, one is fact. Infinity, infinity is truth. Infinity, infinity, immediate is reality. Understand. If you hear from somebody with whom you have a respect, if you listen, infinity is one. You will have Shaktipada with that truth and that fool. That is the worst way of destroying yourself. Escape from fools. You have enough already. Understand. Many times the so-called universal theologists and universalists who are trying to bring peace all over the world for Nobel Prize, listen, they do a very big danger of giving you false spiritual concepts. They try to tell you, somebody says only one birth and one God, and somebody says, no, there are multiple gods and multiple births. It's all one and the same. From different angle they are talking. Food outside, food inside. If this is left, it can become manure. If this is left, that will become it. Please understand, I can give you 1000 logic. They are not same. Do not take this too lightly. They are just a different angle, view of looking. No. If you have Shaktipada, respect, reverence with somebody, and he teaches you life is one, God is one, you are gone. Because you will be believing that, and you will not explore your possibility. Your whole life, you are stuck. After your death, you will be stuck on a stone. You will never explore life further. Like somebody who was in a prison for whole life. Even if you open the door, he will not know what to do going out. Many prisoners, after spending 15 years, 20 years in prison, when they come out, they commit suicide because they do not know what to do. Understand? Never listen to this stupid universalist. Stupid universalists are the traitors of human consciousness. The fellows who teach you one God, one life are at least enemies of human consciousness. Virodhis. But the fellows who teach all one and the same, that and these are all one and the same. They are drohis, traitors. The concept you hear from the person whom you respect and revere and look upon makes Shaktipada happen in you. Understand, you are going to be keeping that in the secret chambers of your heart and cherishing. And you are going to open that vault when you leave the body. The worst way of teaching human beings is giving a false theories and they discovering it when they do not have any other support. I tell you, listening. There is multiple lives. Infinity is infinity. And having Shaktipada with this idea opens the reality to you, leads you to the truth. It is not equivalent to one God, one life theory. It is not same. You need to understand the danger of people who give you false idea. It is same. No. There are some universalists. They have a amazingly perverted logic. And they justify that logic saying, I need to bring peace. Have you brought it? Bring peace from reality. It will be permanent. Not on selective hide and seek game. I tell you. Please understand. If you want to bring peace, then use only social logic. Don't corrupt the spiritual truths. Yes, use the social logic. See, you will not kill me, I will not kill you, let us live together. Use all the social logic and bring peace. I don't say no. But for your idea of peace, don't pollute and corrupt the spiritual ideologies and truths, saying all one and the same. No. No, it cannot be one and the same. Because if you hear anything from the person whom you look upon, you start cherishing. And what you cherish is the blueprint of your life. Listen, this is one of the important statements. This should be the subject for Vakyartha Sadas and the Facebook status for all of you. What you cherish in your secret heart chambers is the blueprint of your life. Understand? If you cherish one life, one God, that is going to be the blueprint of your life. If you cherish infinity, infinity, God is not one, oneness, and multiple lives, that is going to be your blueprint of life. If you understand, infinity, infinity cannot be far away, infinity, infinity is immediate, your blueprint has become reality. Infinity, one length dimension, is just blueprint of your life. You cherish that, that's a blueprint of your life. If you cherish infinity, infinity, multiple lives and oneness is God, infinity, infinity, then your blueprint has gold border. When you understand your infinity, infinity is immediate, you don't even need a blueprint. Your truth has become reality. It's already real. It is reality. Making infinity, infinity into immediate is what is my purpose of happening in your life. I am born for humanity, but I am happening for human beings. understand 1978, I am born as far as the humanity is concerned. But only for few human beings I am happening. I am born only for the people for whom I am happening. That is why for the people for whom I am not happening cannot understand a person like me is born. Neither now nor after a few thousand years they can understand person like me existed. Listen. Infinity is satsang. Infinity is Shaktipada. Infinity, immediate is process. Infinity cannot be one. It has to be naturally infinity. Infinity cannot be some far away and in remote time. Once upon a time, long ago, is fairy tale for kids. Yes, in course of time this will happen. It's a fairy tale for mentally retarded kids. Neither believe long ago, once upon a time, nor believe there will be a time. No. Infinity is immediate. How can infinity be sometime else? Then there is a space where the infinity is not filled. Infinity cannot be one. It has to be only infinity. Infinity cannot be far away at some remote time. It has to be immediate. If you stop with infinity one, you are logically retarded. If you stop with infinity, but not immediate, you are psychologically retarded. Only if you understand infinity is immediate, you are complete. Infinity, immediate is what I call neurological reality. What you believe in your length and what you believe in your breadth. Need to be acid washed with this truth of infinity, immediate. Today, have Vakyartha Sadas. How your ideas about money, your ideas about pleasure, your ideas about fears, your ideas about life, your ideas about humanity, your ideas about satisfaction, your ideas about good work, bad work, right, wrong, everything can change if you bring the understanding of infinity, immediate. I tell you, contemplation on this truth, infinity, immediate, can improve your balance sheet this quarter. I mean what I mean. I mean what I say. If you are a businessman, contemplate on this truth, infinity is immediate. Then this quarter your balance sheet will improve, will develop, because the understanding and the energy will break many blockages and the zones you have not explored, zones you have not looked upon, the views with which you have not seen, the prisms you have not used, the spectrum you have not reached, will start opening up. You define you based on your understanding about ultimate. If your understanding about the ultimate changes, your understanding about you changes. That is why Krishna says, know who I am, you will know who you are. Do not have Shaktipada with people who say only one God or one life. That is the worst conscious cheating. If you start believing that, it's like a person believes there is no diamond in my land. I don't know how many of you know. Till few hundred years before, India was the only source of diamond. It's we taught the whole science to the world. Whether getting it out or cutting it or polishing or everything. It's only last few hundred years outside India we shared this science. It is very unfortunate if you believe, if you are made to believe there is no diamond under your land. Because when you don't believe, you will never explore. You will never put your energy in the direction. You will never discover it. Sometimes, even if you believe falsely about some possibility, yes, you believe there is a diamond, and you start putting your effort, whether you get your diamond or not, you will surely get thousands of things much, much better than your present life existence. At least for that possibility, explore possibilities. When you know multiple lives and God is oneness, new door, the diamond exists under your land, becomes your Shaktipada, cognition. You start exploring. Multiple things start happening. You start exploring and multiple things start happening. And I tell you, you will surely land upon something much more precious than diamond. You will land on dynamite diamond. You have a relationship issue. Contemplate on this truth. Infinity, immediate. You have economical issues. Contemplate on this truth. Infinity is immediate. You have a health issue. Your stomach hurts. Contemplate on this truth. Infinity is immediate. You may say, how can that solve this? Contemplate. I guarantee it will solve. Not that it will take time. I am already telling you immediate. I tell you, what you want to become, is your reality, then you will understand why your reality is made, what for you made this as a reality, and now struggling with it. That click, that understanding will simply make you rewire the reality you want to manifest. Understand the biggest click can happen to a human being is why I made what I made and why I am struggling with it now after I have made it. Why I spinned what I spinned all around me, and now why I am struggling after I spinned as I want. This click is the biggest boon a human being can receive. That will happen when you contemplate on the truth. Immediate, infinity is immediate. And I commit with you, I'll make infinity as your immediate realization. That is the proof of my Sadashivatva. To make infinity as immediate, I happen. Making that as immediate is the only Sakshi Pramana of my Sadashivatva. I will not remain as just Atma Pramana. I am here to make Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana into Sakshi Pramana. People who remain as Shastra Pramana are Acharyas. People who remain with Shastra and Apta Pramana are Gurus. People who remain with Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana are Jnanis, enlightened Gurus. Only who can make Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana into Sakshi Pramana is an incarnation. I am not here to just to tell you infinity, immediate is Shastra Pramana. Oh, Sadashiva tells this in the Veda and Agamas. Not to tell it's an Apta Pramana. Oh, Sri Krishna manifested it and showed. Not to tell us Atma Pramana. Hey, I experienced with Arunagiri Yogeshwara in my own life. No. I am here to listen. You screaming, hey, I am experiencing. And it's my commitment to all of you. Immediate. Infinity is immediate. I'll make this a Sakshi Pramana.